talk about Farron real quick. So Farron,
Yay!
the rooster crows and you awaken.
Oh god.
You're still in the Pig's Head Tavern.
Okay.
Your room that you are in is not dissimilar to the scene that Jericho had after the telephone trip. And it is there are 3 women in the room. In fact, it appears that you wanted to go the menagerie route. One of them is a blazing redhead. One of them is a blonde with long hair, and one of them is like a brunette with braided hair.
Neapolitan.
Exactly.
When you said trifecta, I thought you were gonna say elf, dwarf, and human.
No, that would be a good trifecta though. That's amazing. And you wake up and you don't have a hangover. You ate enough food, grease food, to kind of quell the alcohol burning in your stomach. But additionally, I think you recognize the blonde-haired girl to be the butcher's daughter.
How old is she?
Of age.
7.
Okay.
Granted,
You know?
of
Fine,
age
fair.
of
You
age
got
in this
one-
world is old enough to marry, which is like 13. But yes, of age.
You
is
just
all
fucked a
need to know.
13-year-old.
Oh god.
Amber alert.
For the purposes of the game and sensitivities, all of them are of age.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you dodged one bullet, Farron.
So Farron, would you just hang out, or would you creep out in the middle of the morning, sneakily?
Hit it and quit it.
Yeah, Farron, before Morello, was always the heartbreaker. So, creeps downstairs.
There are multiple people passed out in the common room. The
Sure,
remnants
nice.
of last night's dinner and revelries is scattered across the table and floor.
Is the butcher down here?
No, he's probably in his room in the back, back by the kitchen. There's probably a
With
mouse
his
or-
wife, with whom he sired a beautiful blonde daughter.
Yeah, I'd probably get a piece of parchment and write, "Thank you for the hospitality. A small token to replenish your stock." And I leave 5 gold behind the counter.
Perfect. Yeah, you tuck it into the strong box or whatever, right next to the strong box. Yeah,
Exactly.
seems good. And then you take your leave. The morning is gross. The morning is gorgeous, and you begin to make your way, I assume, back to the White Horse Tavern.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're doing the whole whistling thing, probably. You can see that there are people out resuming normal daily life at this point, and I should change the date. There are people out resuming normal daily life. It is the 1st of Nachagaim. We are in the middle of summer. It is it's on the back end though of summer. It's dead in the middle, so we're on the downhill slope from summer, and it'll eventually begin to get cooler and cooler. And yeah, you see that clearly your Pig's Head Tavern experience was not the only experience that occurred throughout the city. There are many people who either are asleep on the streets or the inns are kind of packed to the brim. And as you travel down the main drag, you see the parade of shame. There you go. You see that there are a couple people pushing wagons and stuff, and it appears that they have they're dismantling the Pillar of Skulls that was there. And so there's a couple people that are like heading towards the Garden of Moor, which, by the way, is number 11 right down here. They're headed towards the Garden of Moor to deposit the remains, because it's not like they use fake remains, because why do that when you just have real ones that you can take out of the mausoleums and stuff?
What fun.
Yeah, and so that's kind of like, right, that's kind of like a little bit of a morbid sight, probably, these people returning remains of dead people back to where they belong. And they're all priests, right? Like, all of them are priests of Moor, and they have the symbol,
Yeah.
very emblazoned on their chest. And they're probably chanting just a little bit in reverence of their task. Oh, hey, guys, I'm an idiot. Literally, it says Enderheim Estate right there. That's probably where you were supposed to go for the party.
What?
Nothing. I realized
Are you
it's
talking
on.
about-
It's fine.
Is Enderheim Estate the dude we robbed?
Nope. Okay. So, Farron, you walk into the courtyard, you see that there's tons of, like, masks and general, like, despot along the roadways and in the plaza. And you can see, at the gates of the palace, there appear to be a group of people who are, like, very clearly common folk, and kind of impoverished. Their clothes are kind of ragged. They're all that kind of just dust shit brown. They appear like they haven't bathed in quite some time. And you can see that there are a few guardsmen outside the gates, like, passing out, like, chunks of bread to these people. And yeah, seems interesting. And then you continue on, and eventually you make it to the White Horse Tavern, and you meet with whoever would be waking up early, in the inn.
Which would be...
Yeah, that was a question. Who would be up early after last night's?
I'm still up.
Oh, right. So Hannibal is like looks like he's been awake all night, and he's like, sitting there. Occasionally, you see him like look down into his pocket, and then kind of like sit there staring into empty space. The other times.
At least he hasn't got him in a jar or something. Arcady would also be up fairly early, given that he wouldn't have allowed himself to get drunk and have to sleep a hangover off.
Right.
Chester would be up getting ready for the boat ride.
Right, because today's the day you guys are supposed to get back on the boat with Captain Olag and sail into the sunset.
Yes.
Sunrise, technically.
Vi's still asleep, but not because she's drunk. She's just tired. She doesn't really care to get up. She doesn't care what anybody else is doing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Farron walks in and, like, the ones that are up can probably notice, obviously, the beaming smile on his face and probably a bit of lipstick behind the ear, which he's missed.
Absolutely.
Looks like you're not the only one to get some fun last night.
Your hair's all ruffled.
I did.
Me and Chester Vi went to a whorehouse.
Ah, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I believe
Anyone I would know?
This is the moment Petrov would have to roll a Constitution check to not detach his corneas from how hard his eyes roll in his head.
I mean, that sounds harsh, but okay.
But yeah. Yeah, no.
Oh, God!
literally blind now.
Rip.
So, is there a general info dump to Farron about what happened?
Yeah, I showed Dane. He knows about Buck and all them.
I assume that
You mean they're not ghost children?
They are, but this one's this is, you know what? Fuck it. No.
I forgot about the whole ghost children thing.
Yeah, no. These are fairies.
Aye, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, they grant dreams, and they also will grant you a wish if you catch them.
Farron immediately tries to grab him
Well, it doesn't work while they're awake, while they're asleep, obviously. That'd be too easy.
So let's talk about Dane's condition here real quick, though. He appears to still be in the coma, but it appears that his condition is improving. At his current rate, he should be recovered within maybe a few more hours.
Can I try the smelling salts again, real quick?
You can if you want to attempt to accelerate the process.
Yes. Should I roll for something?
Yeah, well, no, actually, roll a Constitution saving throw for him again.
Okay.
Bum, 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 bum.
It takes me a while. I have 2 character sheets.
That's still too long.
Yeah, I think that it does improve his, and I think that you see him stir a little bit, and maybe you even see his eyes like flutter open for a moment, and he kind of like brings his hands up and starts rubbing his head.
You okay there, big buddy?
Define okay.
So, do you feel any different?
I feel fine.
First off, I want to say this to you. I'm sorry. I thought that would kill you, not knock you out. That must have been unpleasant.
I think that he kind of, you see him just kind of like, he's not processing things very well. He's like pinching the bridge of his nose, and he's like, whatever you say, master.
Mm-hmm. Now then,
but your humble servant.
Now then, while the memory's still fresh, I'd like to ask you a couple questions. 1, what did it taste like? And would you recommend it to a friend?
I do not remember a taste, Hannibal.
What did it feel like?
Sorry, what kind of scientist did you say you were again?
The best kind!
Do you have diploma?
I do, actually.
One you did not make yourself?
He says, burning and then darkness. Lots of darkness.
Did you see anything in the darkness?
Troubled sleep. Dreams.
So, with the description that... What kind of dreams? Hold on.
He's like, yeah, he probably says he's like, slipping away. Perhaps
like,
just my own.
Like of you dying?
I think
Would you
he looks up, he goes, Master, you are aware that I am a creature of intelligence and can dream just as you can.
No, what I mean is, did they seem prophetic or just like fever dreams?
I cannot say. Perhaps if you took some that yourself, you would see for yourself.
That's a good point. Farron, try this new blueberry drink.
I made a vow not to drink anything you give me.
You know, that hurts, but at the same time, I completely 100% understand and support your decision. In fact, I would question your sanity if you did drink anything I gave you.
Fantastic.
Yay.
So, Arkady, do you ask Farron to do that thing?
Yes, as soon as it's clear that Farron is not about to drug himself at Hannibal's whim, Petrov steps in to say, so we have a last task that we felt you would be best suited for before we leave town. Evidently there are refugees that we feel would have valuable information about current mission, but I guess no, Morella's not there, is she?
I think as you say that,
She's probably coming downstairs. Sure.
yeah,
Okay, cool. We felt this is area that you would be far more effective than any of the rest of us, and substantially more trustworthy than any alternatives.
I'm trustworthy.
You are not an alternative.
I did see the refugees in the courtyard.
You have already met them.
I just passing.
Yeah, so with that, Marilla joins the conversation, and she's like, "Oh, Farron, so good to see you again. How was your night?" And then she like notices the lipstick behind your ear. She's like, "Oh, I can tell it was actually well for you too. Did you perhaps visit the same whorehouse as the others did?"
Nay, I had the fortuitous chance to join in the banquet of the butcher.
Yeah, he had to pay
Which
for ones
is
off the
forever
street.
now what it shall be called.
Yeah, he had to pay. He had to pay for it off the street. We went to a really fine establishment.
Oh, I see. Well, as long as you had a good time.
She's getting some really weird ideas about how this stuff works.
For shame, Farron. Streetwalkers, really?
I don't think you quite get how prostitution works in medieval times.
I think
It's actually like a
100%
legitimate
understood.
business in medieval times.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I think, would there be a difference between a streetwalker and somebody in a whorehouse?
I think that, I don't think you would choose to go walking the streets if you could just do it inside of an establishment, right?
Yeah, all right, I'll admit, I don't know how prostitution works.
Yeah, no, like, you could literally just go to a whorehouse and apply to work there and just pay a cut to the owner of the establishment. No matter who you are, man, woman, elf, dwarf.
You guys
halfling.
know an awful lot about this.
Have you ever played Dragon Age, man? Come on.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he's the GM. He kind of gets to decide.
It's true, I do also get to decide.
Yes.
So Farron, you have a task to go speak with the refugees, and you know where they are currently. Would you bring anyone with you?
I want to come.
No, I think I've got an idea of how to do it.
Yeah, so do you just say, "Oh, I'll go do it by myself"?
Yeah.
You sure you don't want some backup?
Yes, it would be lovely to see the residents of outside the city, see how they act and things of that sort.
Yeah, sounds very much like to see that too.
But I've got a plan to gain their trust a bit quicker.
Fair
It
enough.
would seem he is extremely successful at this. He is already minor.
If you feel it is best to do this alone, Farron, then by all means do so. Now, where are the other twos?
I don't know, but Morella, would you like to test your metal against poison?
She just looks at you as you say that. She's like, "Well, an assassin couldn't kill me with poison."
This seems like a terrible idea. So no, this is not something I am going to allow.
I mean,
I look at you and you see like just heartbroken eyes.
Level, yeah.
With the sound of them arguing in the background, Farron, you depart the tavern.
Yes.
And you begin heading back towards the courtyard.
What I do first, I get my cloak and I start rubbing it in mud.
Okay.
And then
You're gonna attempt to disguise
cover it
yourself.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
You would say he's dirtying himself up. Except with blood.
Cool. Sorry, I was just sending a message. So,
It's okay.
Farron, you head off to the courtyard and you see over in the courtyard, you see the same people who are like kind of sitting around the gate now, eating their bread and stuff. And it looks like a kind of a sad amalgamation of people. You've got there's maybe like 10 in total. Probably like 3 women and 4 men and a couple children. And as you approach them, I think one of the women says, "Excuse me, kind sir, spare some alms."
I'm in a similar position to you, to be honest, but I've got some kind of rations to share. Come, let me share it. As I sit down with them and pass some of my rations amongst them.
Yeah, sure, no problem. So yeah, you begin passing your rations, and they're all thanking you, and most of them hand them to like the children so they can eat, and then they eat a smaller portion.
Yeah.
And one of the men probably looks over at you and says, "I'm sorry, sir, that you must see me and my kind like this, but I do not recognize you. Where are you from? You are not from the village."
No, I lived just outside of it a bit, but I was forced to move myself, seek shelter.
Yeah, and I think that he says, my apologies. Did you encounter them at all?
I almost did. They were almost upon me, but I managed to slip away. Did you get a better account of them?
Yeah, I think he like kind of shivers a little bit, and he says, "Nasty, filthy creatures. Tails that can grab a man by the throat, fling him around. Dirty claws and blades. They cut into my older son. He was defending me and my wife." And you see him, he's like starting to tear up and break down a little bit. They dragged him away. I don't know if he was dead yet. We had to get out.
I'm sorry for your loss. It's always a hard thing losing your firstborn.
Yeah, and he just nods and kind of like turns away. And then I think that one of the other men is clearly like an older man, maybe of like in the 60s range, so like very much an elder. And he says, yes, I've seen them before, those creatures, vile creatures of the night. But I thought that they had all been quelled from this area.
Do you know what has brought them back?
Some say that it's the way the river flows brought them. They came swimming through it like rats in the sewers. But I say that it is the clan that came back. I know we didn't kill all of them 30 years ago.
Did you fight them?
I think he kind of looks at you and he says, "Aye, boy. It's not the first time that the Skaven have plagued these parts."
Well, do you have any tips on how I may defend myself?
I think he says, wounds from those creatures will fester and boil with disease, and they'll kill you sure as the cut will. Best just to cut off the whole arm if you get cut. And he kind of like, he probably like pulls out, and you see that like one of his, from like the top of the wrist down, his hand is missing on his left arm.
Do you know if they'd be able to reach here?
Oh, sure. They would never dare attack this city in force, though. They prey on the smaller villages, poisoning the people, converting them, making them their slaves. They never attack right up front, always from the shadows. They prefer to wear you down. Diseases, poisons.
God, I never knew they were so bad. Do you know about where their clan is, so that I can get as far away as possible, of course?
He kind of like looks at you a little bit, and he like his eyes narrow, and he says, well, just don't go back upriver. Downriver's the key. Flee to the Empire, or stay here. It's probably the safest bet."
I thank you, Elder. I shall take your advice to heart.
He kind of just nods and like takes a chunk out of a piece of bread with his gums. Begins mashing it into paste in his mouth.
Alright.
So do you head back?
Yeah, I think I've got enough information from...
Okay. So you head back, and you meet up with the rest of the party, and I assume everybody is eating breakfast at this point.
Including Dane, because I figure why not? Everybody knows he's here now.
Correct. Yeah, he can totally be out in the open now.
Yeah, so I guess we eat things
Yeah.
like that.
I mean, so like you guys can totally just like head down to the boat and leave if there's nothing else you guys want to do in the city.
Can I whisper over to Chester advise something?
I mean, yeah, you could probably find them for a private conversation at some point.
Yeah. So, I don't know how this works. How do we sell what we got?
Hey,
You don't have to sell anything. We will take care of it. Don't you worry.
Alright. I do get a cut, though, don't I?
Yes. You get a cut of some sort.
I don't mind if it's small, particularly. I didn't do much this time around.
Sure. We'll work out all those details. No worries. But one thing about our little missions. We don't talk about our missions. That's rule number 1. Got it?
I know.
So all these, all the
I-
lies that you keep telling, just let it go. All right? We clear on that?
Okay. They're not telling them, so I don't see what the problem
Just
is.
shh. It's fine. Just don't worry. We'll deal with it next time.
Sure.
Exactly. First rule of Fight Club.
I'm not talking about it.
The first rule of Plunder Club.
Hmm.
So don't talk about plundering.
Yep.
Okay.
anyways.
So, barring anything else that needs to be done, you guys can totally just head down to the boat.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you arrive, again, there's a bunch of people here, but Captain Olag and Clayton's the one that I actually did write down these guys' names because I'm not dumb on this one. Let's see here.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, new crew. That's the one. That's the notepad document. Why is it not opening at all? There we go. Yeah, Connell, Jonas, and Rudolph. Those are the guys that are here. Connell, Jonas, and Rudolph. Excellent. So, the group of you get on the boat, and Captain Oleg kind of like evaluates the group of you, and he says, "Hi, did y'all have some fun last night? I see."
Mm-hmm.
Rella just nods and says, like, yes, it seemed we had a good time at...
Yes, delightful.
Petrov, you really need to lighten up.
Why? What happened to you, Marilla?
You're so gloomy.
The extent of what we know about the Scaife in the Head is that they are numerous, covered in disease, and raiding villages. This is not the kind of news I was hoping for.
Well, you could have at least taken that one night to enjoy yourself. Anyways, not the point. Yes, we had a good time. Let us keep going, though. Is the ship ready?
Aye, it is, matey. We'll be setting sail here in just a few minutes. I heard that you, Farron boy, performed quite admirably last night. No doubt.
Oh, it was simply divine. It was lovely. You should have seen it.
He kind of looks at you and he's like, I did. Well, I caught the tail end. I had a meeting to attend, you understand. Gotta set up my contacts here in the city.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, definitely. Connections are definitely important.
Now, Farron, tell me all about what happened the rest of the night. And he, takes you around the shoulder and begins to, pull you away from the group.
More tales of mermaids.
Mm-hmm. Yep, indeed. So, the ship eventually gets shoved off from the docks and begins traveling.
Peace, town.
In the direction.
We'll let demons sack your shit. Because anywhere I go, demons are gonna follow.
Let's see here. Come on. Oh, I'm on the wrong account. That's why I can't grab it. Got it. Boop, boop, boop. So, your destination is there. The Mulberg Ruins at this point. Used to be a village, now it's just ruins. So, it's going to take, let me open up this. Continue. Alright, so it is going to take approximately from Averheim to the city of Sarfell, which is where you'll need to disembark from the boat. It's going to take about 2 days of travel. So
sounds reasonable.
Vi, roll me an encounters check, because I don't think you've rolled one ever.
Yeah. Make good things happen.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the goodness of what I rolled to come out.
Yeah.
Oh, we will never see that. Don't worry, we'll never see it.
That caused a butterfly to die that made the Emperor regain health.
Something like that, yeah.
GG!
Jesus, Vi.
Those are bad, aren't they?
It's something. So
I
as
like
you
that
guys
phrase.
begin to travel over the course of the first day, Chester, this is going to affect you because you thought you got used to boats at some point, but now you are not used to boats at all. It's like you've never been on a boat in your entire life. The poison sails? So it was...
Captain Oleg.
Yeah, Captain
was the
Oleg
only
agreed to transport the goods to whoever. Granted, he probably didn't know what he was transporting, per se. He just found a job, because that was his goal here.
So yeah,
Right.
I think I stole the goods.
Yeah, right. That's so Hannibal stole the goods, so if Captain Oleg comes back, he may be out of a job. So, there's that.
Yeah, no, I'm not forgotten. I don't want the captain to get those kinds of connections. He should be, working for the sake of good.
Hopefully he can feed his crew.
An upstanding citizen.
Yes. Yes, that's my goal from stealing.
A legitimate pirate.
Yes.
Blackjack and hookers.
Yeah. So...
And not poisons.
You, Monsieur Chester, are just spending the entire time just puking off the boat. And because Vi rolled this, I think that the boat's a little bit more crowded now that you have additional help on the boat. And so, Vi, you end up having to sleep the whole night just with the smell of Chester's vomit just in your nose, in your nostrils the whole night.
Fantastic.
Um,
Although, this is not necessarily an uncommon occurrence.
No, right.
It is not the first, nor will it be the last time.
Exactly.
Fantastic. That being said, Chester, roll me an encounters roll.
Oh boy. Come on, buddy.
Make something interesting happen.
I want to see greens across the board. Even though I have no idea what that means.
I arbitrarily just make up things. Is really what happens.
I know. Sometimes. Hey Brian, you there, buddy?
Yo, Bri.
Bri.
Man,
to the R, to the
did
I,
he
to the
miss
A, to
me
the N.
explaining that he's puking all over everything?
Probably.
All right.
It could be that he is having a Liam moment and has muted his mic.
It's true. Farron, roll me an
Forget
encounter.
push to talk is a thing one time.
Granted,
Yeah,
that was a
well.
really... We were all like, what's going on?
Yep.
All right. Nothing occurs on the second day. Congratulations.
Gee,
How many days are we here?
Well,
2
you guys
days.
are going to disembark here at Sarafel and travel north to the Mulberg Ruins.
Yes. And how long is that going to take on foot?
That will take... you'll get there at the end of your second day, basically.
Not the town that we're going to be departing at. Like, from the town to the ruins.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, the end of your second day. It'll take 2 additional days to get over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because moving by foot is much slower than moving by...
Yeah, I figured.
So, 2 more days. Let's go with Petrov. Roll me an encounters roll.
Oh, boy.
As soon as I can figure out where I put... There it is.
I believe...
Oh.
Alright.
I see 3 doubles in there. I'm gonna say that's good.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so nothing occurs on your second day.
Nice.
Now, I need one more. So...
Me.
Morella, go ahead and
Me.
roll it for me.
Damn it.
Yeah! Lots of ones.
Okay. Alright, so, as you're traveling on this third day, the weather begins to take a turn, and it is getting a little bit more humid, and there's an afternoon thunderstorm that kind of rolls in, and this is also, at the end of this day is the day that you're going to arrive at the city, or the former city. And as you guys are traveling there, you've passed Bradenbury, which is the or Brandenbury, and you restocked, and then you went on the road, and the thunderstorm rolls in earnest. The sky goes black and gray, and lightning begins flashing, and the wind begins to pick up, and it's getting fairly nasty out. And there's not a whole lot of shelter in this area. The Altern forest is kind of sparse. It's not very dense like some of the other forests around. But I think that as you guys crest a small hill, you can see that there is just maybe an hour's walk away. You can see the buildings, the stone buildings of Mulberg up ahead of you. And the thunderstorm's coming down. All of you are basically drenched at this point. But you can totally make it to the ruins right now if you'd like.
Yeah. Morello just says, as she looks up as the rain is pouring down on them. She simply turns to Farron. Farron, why don't you give us a marching song?
I'd be glad to. And perform.
So, just loud enough to where we can hear it. I don't think we should get anything else to hear it.
She says as she's basically screaming to you over the gale of the thunderstorm going on.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody...
Make it quiet!
Yeah, I don't think anybody outside of a 10-foot radius would be able to hear you at this point.
Yeah. So... And then, with that, she just starts moving forward. Whether the rest follow her or not, or suggest maybe we should take inside. a place is up to them. If not, we keep on going.
So, you guys begin to travel, and you get closer and closer to the ruins. And you can see now that the very first building kind of along your pathway, it's probably about 60 feet ahead. Clearly, like, the roof has collapsed in, and you can see along the stonework there appears to be, like, scorch marks of where it might have burned. And as you approach the village in earnest, you see that the rain and the wind have kind of dying down a little bit, and so you're walking through kind of this like marshy mud. It's kind of difficult to maneuver around, and you see that the city is kind of a mix between buildings that have partially collapsed and buildings that are like still standing. But you can see that kind of in this winding trail up a hill, there's a large like tower, like a stone fortification, which was clearly like the main building of this village. And you can see that from the top, from like the chimney of that village, there is smoke rising from it. It doesn't look like out of control, like it's not on fire. It looks like controlled smoke of some sort.
Seems like we should head there. Should we not? As I look at the others.
I'll follow your lead, milady.
So,
As you should. And then she keeps on going.
So, allow me, if you will.
We're gonna have a quick combat.
Should just change the scene for no reason.
7 minutes
Yeah, let's do it. Quick combat.
to do this.
I mean,
Is it dark?
It is.
Oh, yeah,
There's
it
a
is.
thunderstorm going out, and you guys arrived here at the end of the second day.
Okay.
So it is dark.
Yep.
Everyone with dark vision, get with someone who doesn't have it.
No, it's fine. It's not like we're in complete darkness. It's
So
just hard to see.
you'll notice that I've changed it so that you guys can actually see a little bit around you, if you do not have dark vision.
Yeah.
Out of the kindness of my heart, of course.
That, and it's also fucking really, as a DM, to let players know that we're not going to completely fuck over with a black screen.
Yeah, black screens are no fun, right?
Yep. So.
Then we
but
can't
yeah.
see what it is to be afraid of.
Right, exactly. And I obviously want you to see what it is to be afraid of. So
As
just
it
so you
tears
guys
us
are
from
aware,
limb to limb.
the tower that I spoke about is up here
Okay.
in that direction.
Yeah. Then, Merlo just starts heading off in that direction. So,
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming I'm going to move by 5-foot increments.
Yeah, I mean,
So
just
you-
move at a time. So it's also edited so that you guys can't actually see anything unless you stop moving your character to prevent you guys from just going around the whole map and looking at shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just 5-foot increments.
Yep. So you guys
Assuming.
begin to travel through. This building right here was a building I was talking about,
Mm-hmm.
where it's all like kind of the roof is all collapsed in. You can see all the rubble and stuff here as well, from all the different like stuff that's going on. You can see there is a tree growing inside of there, Hannibal.
Yeah. As this should be.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go over here real
what
quick?
is this building?
and
It's
open
just
up
a
this
house,
door?
but it appears that the doors are intact there.
Can I open the door?
You absolutely can. And when you do so, light floods into the building, and you have to kind of wrench it open because you see that rubble behind it. So you got to like push. You hear, and Hannibal, go ahead and take a step in there since you're opening the door. So
Okay.
everybody stop. Nobody move. So you see this thing as you wrench open the door, and you see it, and it looks like a rat, like a large mouse of some sort. It has this big spiked collar around its neck, and as you walk in, it looks at you. It's And,
Fuck off, demon.
And we can roll initiative as soon as we start the session next week.
Oh man.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I got us into something, boys.
Yes,
Got us into
experience.
something, boys.
So how much experience can I give you guys so you do not hit level 8? You're just short of it. Let's.
I mean, I'm already level 8,
look
but
at
if
your
you wanted to give me
characters.
enough experience to make me level 9, then we can certainly do
no,
it.
I think
It's
I've been
gonna be a
doing.
lot, though.
I think I've been doing flat 1300. I think for session experience.
Yeah.
But you guys did some cool
for-
things this round, so I think I'm gonna do. You guys can have 1450,
All right.
which
Ding.
should get the other two players up to level 8. Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Hey, we're level 8 now. We can do really cool things.
Once I take a long rest.
Well, it's almost 9.
Right, yeah, no, it would be reasonable to deal with whatever you're dealing with here, and then rest, and then figure out what you
You
want
would
to do after
think,
that.
right?
Mhm.
You would
It's a
think.
real shame this fight is going to last for like 12 hours.
Just streams and streams of rat men coming out and destroying your lives.
No, just like 6 of them, but we can't find them. They're just constantly scrambling around in the darkness.
It's almost as if you know what Skaven are, and that's pretty much how that happens.
Hey,
Yeah, it's going to be great.
hey, good stuff.
Cool.
Also,
Awesome.
inspiration.
Yes, inspiration. I mean, I think we all know who gets inspiration.
Not Will, because
Pretty
fuck him.
clearly. Will. That was literally, and I'm going to say this, and I love the rest of you, don't get me wrong, but that was probably the best thing that I've had a player do ever out of any game that I've ever had. That was like outside of like game mechanic stuff or like really cool things, but that was fucking awesome, man. I'm not sure I could even have the cojones to do something like that, so full round of applause for Will, everybody. That was awesome. Just
you.
know now that you've done it once, and now
Gonna have to do it again.
you'll have to
Yeah.
do better in the future to be just as
God.
impressive.
Yeah.
I
So
think-
instead of 3 lines, it's now 4 line.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think that
just
the other
add
one
more
here.
lines.
I think the other one here, I'm gonna send over to. I think Petrov deserves inspiration in this one for
Thank you.
his deft political workings and interjections into the dinner to not have Marilla fuck anything up, even though she did a great job by herself.
Yeah,
She
man.
did. He's very proud.
Your recognition of that, and probably due somewhat, and this is in character, right? Because I know Dalton's a smart person, but in character, probably due to somewhat to your training, like your mentoring, right? And so I think that for that, you deserve inspiration, sir, and you can totally have it.
Okay, if I kill him, can I take his inspiration?
No, you cannot.
What the? This isn't a Highlander situation. You can't kill me and learn how to talk to people.
That's amazing.
Liam, would you be willing to try something?
Yeah, right. Would you be willing to drink this poison? No, don't worry, Marilla. You're getting into a combat scenario where you are much more likely to gain inspiration than I think a lot of other people. So
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
I mean,
Yeah, especially with
maybe,
the goodies.
but
maybe, yeah, we'll see. Other than that, hope you all had fun. This session was everything took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. So the good news is I still have a ton more planned for you guys.
Hey,
Down the pipe.
That's hey.
So yeah, that's it. That's it for me. I have to go. I have a very, very important phone call to make, and hopefully it will go well. But I love you all, and I will see you all later.
Cool.
right.
I'm not ready for love
Senpai
yet.
loves me. That's good.
Hello, stream. Thank you for showing up today. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Thank you for keeping me going. It's just incredible. I am humbled by this experience. That being said, show up next week. We'll be back, hanging out. If you like sci-fi shit, show up on Sunday for some Stars Without Number. If you like regular video games, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow on Saturday. Hey, I'm going to stop the stream now.